The other day I was going to visit a friend of mine who lives north of Orlando here in Florida, but I hadn't been to his house. And he sent me his address and I put it into my GPS and I'm driving and I'm driving and I'm driving. And soon I realized that I've gone way north of where I needed to go. And I called him up and he realized he had given me the wrong address. It was off by one number. But the address he gave me with that wrong number was in Georgia. So I quickly put in the correct address and then I eventually got to my destination. You know, in the old days, we had to have maps and we had to trace out our route and you could hardly read the map, but you had to make sure you didn't miss a wrong turn. Today, we just have to worry about putting in the right address. And I want to talk to you about it in your morning cup of inspiration. There are so many voices, so many directions that clamor for our attention. We have to make sure we're listening to God's voice, that we're getting God's guidance. And we read about it in James 1:5. This was a verse that when I was a sophomore in college helped me decide my major. The end of the semester was quickly approaching and I realized that I had taken all of my general ed courses and I now had to decide a major. So I would have more courses to take and realize which way I was going. And I loved so many different classes that I didn't know. And I got a letter from my home church, and I couldn't read anything in the letter except one scripture reference at the bottom, which was James 1:5. I opened up my Bible and I read, "If any of you lack wisdom, he should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to him." And so I knelt by my bed and I prayed. I said, "Lord, I need your wisdom. I need your guidance." And after I prayed that prayer, I felt like I was supposed to take out two pieces of paper and I had two columns on each. I wrote strengths and weaknesses, likes and dislikes. I looked at all my strengths and all my likes and it spelled out communications. And I know that was the right course for me. And God, at every turn of my life, has given me wisdom in my professional life to make the right choices. I haven't always made them in my personal life, but now I know better. And I listen to God's GPS, which is found here in his word. And another verse that talks about this is in Isaiah chapter 30, verse 21. It says, "Whether you turn to the right or to the left, your ears will hear a voice behind you saying, 'This is the way, walk in it.'" Are we listening to the right voice? Do we have the right address plugged in to our spiritual GPS? If not, we can end up way off course and in a lot of trouble and a lot of pain because we weren't going God's way. I hope you're seeking his way. You do that by reading his word every day and spending a lot of time in prayer. And then listen, he'll give you the wisdom that you need so that you end up in the right place. God bless you. I hope that helps you. And I'll see you next time for your morning cup of inspiration.